Nights in the NBA welcome one and all to the All-Star Game on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside former All-Star Shaquille O'Neal and a guy who has watched the All-Star Game a lot, Kenny the Jet Smith.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your name. You've watched it a lot as well.
And I'm fixing to watch another one. Tonight, it'll be the East All-Stars going up against the West All-Stars. And even though today won't count in the standings, still such an exciting day in the NBA, and both teams are up for this one. And how much fun is this? The All-Star Game officially upon us, typically a high-scoring, fast-breaking affair. Shaq, any reason to think it's going to be anything different this time around?
Well, there are no more Dikembe Mutombos.
Oh, that was very impressive.
Thank you, Ernie. Not as many shot-blocking centers in the league now. That might have slowed things down a little.
Alarms go off when I enter the building.
It's a special day for basketball fans. The All-Star Game, best of the East against best in the Western Conference. And we are proud to bring it to you right here on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for the West All-Stars, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Griffin. Then there's Klay Thompson. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Gasol at the 5 spot.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand. The biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
And DeRozan kicks to LeBron. Millsap has the open look. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Millsap's got his first 3 points of the game.
I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in. Well, the All-Star Game D is in full effect. They typically clamp it down in the second half.
And if you remember last year, I mean, no star shined brighter in this game than Russell Westbrook. How about 41 points, just one off Wilt Chamberlain's all-time record? And I'd say Russell was a very deserving MVP.
That All-Star Game scoring record of Wilt Chamberlain, which Westbrook came so close to breaking last year, has now, Greg, been on the books for over 50 years.
Unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, when Westbrook had that 27 points at halftime, I thought for sure that that record was going to go down.
Now here's Thompson. Griffin inside. Millsap covering. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
No problem knocking that one down. And that's now 6 points for Millsap.
And guys, you know, we've had some All-Star Game shootouts over the years, but really nothing compares to what we saw last year. The teams combined for 321 points. That's just mind-boggling. And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Outside Griffin. Griffin draws the double to the middle. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Thompson. Greg, you brought up last year's game, that unbelievable 163-158 win for the West, and it was indeed the highest scoring All-Star game of all time.
Yeah, and I mean, defense has never been what the All-Star game's about, but that was out of control and made for one heck of a show. And as usual, neither team really grinding too hard at the defensive end.
And I think that's okay in this event. I mean, I say the more highlights, the better.
Now here's Bledsoe. The dish now to Leonard. Fires it up. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And this game literally has been wide open as it gets.
Yeah, both teams completely neglecting their defensive duties.
James, the pass to Millsap. And Walker kicks to LeBron. Outside, Walker. Here's DeRozan. The shot will not go. Now the West All-Stars the other way.
And you know, this game, yeah, in a lot of ways, guys, has belonged to the Western Conference the entire decade. I mean, and last year they got the job done again. So although it did come down to the wire, the end result still was Western Conference dominance.
Here's Okafor. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Griffin with the steal. Bledsoe dishes to Leonard. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And although victory for the Western Conference has been a theme in the All-Star game recently, another train break that was repeated last year was the East digging a big hole for itself. And you and I were talking about this, digging that hole for themselves early in the game and then mounting the huge comeback.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the East came back from 20 points down in the first half to tie it up in the fourth quarter. But once again, the comeback bid failed to come to fruition. And no player in the league has done more to earn his spot in this game than he has. I mean, he's having a terrific season.
He sure is. Excellent on a consistent basis for him. I mean, he's been their rock all year.
Now here's James for three. Millsap, good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 3 assists in the game.
And there's such a sense of history that surrounds the All-Star game. I mean, this is the 65th time this event has been held. And you think back on all the legends of the NBA. They've all made their mark in some way on this contest.
New players in now for the East. Lowry against Westbrook. Takes it from 10, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here's Anthony. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter of the game.
That was an excellent burst to the hoop for that throwdown. I mean, he's a laser beam, guys. Fast as light.
And you talked about NBA legends, Greg, putting their stamp on this game. How about, for instance, Wilt Chamberlain's 42 points and 24 rebounds in that 1962 All-Star game?
Wow, I mean, that was amazing. What about Michael Jordan following up his epic win in the 88 Slam Dunk Contest with 40 points and the MVP award as well the next night? So just so many great memories from this event.
Clock management, this is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Here's Towns. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
And you know, there were a couple of records that fell at last year's All-Star game, but to me the most shocking one of all, the number of three-pointers made. 48. I mean, the teams, they combined for 48 threes.
The 11-footer, and Wade sends it back, and he recovers it. Back to Westbrook from past the arc, and it's Lowry with the rebound. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. East All-Stars ahead, up 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.